Namaste. Good morning. I hope you're well. I hope your family is well. Welcome to the yoga session today, sponsored by the Consulate General of India and the Art of Living Foundation. You know, we're very excited. We're gearing up to the International Day of Yoga, honoring the tradition of yoga that India has maintained over the thousands and thousands of years, and is spreading all over the world. Yeah, bringing all the benefits of yoga. Yoga has so many wonderful health benefits. In all over the world, athletes use it to strengthen their bodies, increase health and immunity, and also protect their joints and increase their endurance and strength and flexibility both. So I'm so glad that you've joined today. And I'll start with chanting Om 3 times. You can do that with me. And then I'll say a prayer. Deep breath in. Om. Deep breath in. Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om brings all the tangents of our mind back home to ourself and unites our body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, and ego with the self. It makes us one whole, not just on an intellectual plane, but an existential reality. And I'll say a short prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the teacher and students be excellent. May we enjoy together the fruits of our efforts. May we both be strong in body and mind. Let there be no hatred between us. Peace, peace, peace. Wonderful. So let's start by sitting in Sukhasana or cross-legged pose. And we'll just start by stretching gently to the right and then gently to the left. It's important to warm up our muscles before we start to move or do the asanas. One more to the left, lengthening your spine. And now let's put our right forearm down on the mat and let's lengthen our left arm. And now to the left, keeping both hips on the floor. And another one to the right. And another to the left. And now lift your hip. We'll stretch a little bit more. I have a squeaky floor. And one more to the left. And now let's take a deep breath in and reach forward. Exhaling forward. We're using normal breath, or you can use Ujjayi breath. The body and breath are excellent tools to help bring our mind to the present moment because they're both in the present moment. And let's slowly come back and we'll do some rotations to the right, inhaling. And at the halfway point, if you want, you can exhale and inhale. Or see if you can do one whole round with one breath. And completing this round, reverse. Being aware of every point in the circle. One more round. And let's reach forward again. Gently stretching for something slightly out of your reach. Keep your hips on the floor. Gently stretching out your shoulders and your hips. And slowly walking back up. Rounding up. And let's bring our chin to our right shoulder. Sitting very tall. And now inhale to center, exhale to your left shoulder. Back to center. Inhale, let your head fall back. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Inhale, up to center. Let your head, your right ear come to your right shoulder. Bring your left arm out at a 45-degree angle, pointing your fingers up to the sky. Right hand on the left side of your head, gently pressing. Feel the stretch in your shoulders, your left shoulder. Keep breathing and smiling. When we smile, we relax all the muscles in our face. And gently release, and we'll reverse. Left ear to left shoulder, right arm out at a 45-degree angle, and left hand on the head. Breathe here. And relax. And let's bring our chin to our chest again. And we'll do some neck rotations. Being aware of every breath. And completing this round reverse, we hold a lot of stress in our hips and our shoulders, neck, and we can gently release it with these small movements. Gently. And finishing this round, slowly bring your head back up to center. Wonderful. And let's bring our shoulders up to our ears and release them with ha. Ha. And if you're wearing socks, you could remove them. We'll need to have that traction when we do our sun salutations in a minute. And let's come onto our knees into Vajrasana. And now let's exhale forward into Shishwasana. Child's pose. Extending your arms again. Breathing here. Lengthening your spine. This posture is so wonderful for easing the lower back and also giving a massage to your internal organs. And bring your hands back by your knees and we'll come into Vajrayasana. This is the cat-cow. And so we'll inhale looking up, exhale, bring your chin towards your chest and the small of your back towards the ceiling. Tucking your tummy, inhaling, looking at the ceiling again, letting your belly come towards the ground, your tailbone towards the ceiling. Full breath in here and exhaling, chin to your chest, arching your back, pushing off with your hands. And one more. This is so good for increasing the flexibility of the spine. And let's sit back down in Vajrasana, sitting on your heels, hands by your knees, and let's slowly round up, vertebra by vertebra. Inhaling, rolling out your shoulders, and reverse. I mentioned that yoga is good for immunity. And our lymphatic system has our thymus here, and then all the lymph nodes where all the antibodies are distributed through the fluid, the lymphatic fluid. And the lymph nodes are all in this area through up to the elbows or so. And so the lymph system doesn't have a pump, but the lymphatic fluid is circulated through our movement. So any movement that we do, that helps that. And so one great one is to rock forward and back on your heels. If you can see, I'm coming forward on my toes, back on my heels. This helps the lymphatic fluid come up. So rocking back and forth is also a good warm-up. Good. And now let's have our feet about hip distance apart, hands on your hips. Let's do some hip rotations. Being aware of every point in the circle. And reverse. And back to center. Let's do some knee rotations. Feet together, hands on your thighs without any weight. And let's make circles with our knees. This is also good for releasing tension in the lower back. And reverse. It's also massaging our hips and our ankles. Wonderful. Shake out the legs. And now let's bring up our knee. Look for a focus point in front of you and swing your foot back and forth. Tuck your hips and your tummy, and now make a circle with your foot and reverse. And now make a figure 8 or an infinity sign with your knee. This is also good for your lower back and your hips. And now, if you can, find a focus point in front of you, and we'll swing our leg from the hip. And relax down. Now bring up your left knee and swing the foot back and forth. And foot in a circle again. And reverse. And now let's make an infinity sign with our knee, sideways. And now let's swing our left leg from the hip. And relax down. And now let's make circles with our shoulders, with our hands and arms, and reverse. And now have your hands out to the sides and wave to the side. And shake out and jog just a little bit. And let's have our hands in front, and we'll do some wrist rotations in both directions. And hands up and down, up, 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 down, and to the side and in. And shake it out. Shake your body any way it wants to. Great. And adjust your mat. And now we'll do our sun salutations. Come to the head of your mat with your feet together, hands in namaste position. Inhale up. Bring your arms up alongside your ears, your biceps by your ears. Come slightly back. And now exhale forward, leading with your chin, pushing your hips back, tucking your tummy, and slowly come down. Your hands are on either side of your feet. Relax your head now. Lift the backs of your knees up to the ceiling. And now let's bring our right foot back into a lunge. And our heel is right under our knee, not before or behind it. That protects our kneecap. Looking up. And now let's bring the left foot back and come into the plank posture. And let's breathe here. Bring your knees to the mat and your chest and chin. This is 8-point pose, keeping your seat in the air. Elbows are tight into the body. And now let's bring the hips down. Hands are right under the shoulders. Bring your shoulders down and your shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows right by your ribs. Inhale into Bhujangasana Cobra. Looking up. Lengthen your spine. And now let's curl our toes under. And we'll come up into downward facing dog. Pushing back towards your heels. Heels towards the mat. Keep breathing. Head is between the arms. And now let's bring our right foot forward. Have a good space between your right heel and your left knee. Hips are down, looking up. Make sure your right heel is right under your knee. And now bring both your left foot forward. And we'll bring our hands slightly forward. Tuck your tummy. And push your hips back. Slowly coming up. And exhaling down. Namaste. Inhaling up. We'll do the left side. And exhaling, leading with your chin, reaching forward. Push your hips back. Slowly, in a controlled way, coming down. Hands on either side of the feet. Left foot back. Looking up. Check your knee and heel. And now plank pose. Keeping your abdominal muscles tight. You can push your heels back. You want to make sure you're not sinking or doing a lazy downward facing dog. Knees to the mat. Bring your chest and chin down to the mat. Breathing here. Elbows are tight into the body. And now bring your hips down, hands right under your shoulders, shoulders down, shoulder blades together, Bhujangasana. Elbows are tight into the body. And now tuck your toes under downward facing dog, pushing back. Left foot forward, looking up. And both feet together. And this time we'll slowly round up, vertebra by vertebra, rolling out your shoulder. And with your eyes closed, just notice what's happening now with your body, your breath, and your mind. And you can adjust your mat. And we'll come down to onto our tummies. And let's extend our right arm and our left leg. And now our left arm and our right leg. Right, we're going to stretch diagonally and let our pelvis move. Because we sit so much, our lower back gets so compressed. This helps to release that tension. And relax. Let's bring our hands alongside our body. We'll do the Arda Shalavasana. Hands are face up alongside your hips. Take a deep breath in. And let's lift our right leg up. We don't have to lift it up too far, just a couple of inches. Lengthening the leg, lengthening the spine. Chin or forehead can be on the mat. This posture is so good for strengthening our thighs and hips. Keep breathing and smiling here. And relax down. And let's lift up our left leg, lengthening the leg and the spine. Keep breathing. And relax down. And let's bend our knees and kick our feet. And relax your feet down. Let's make fists with our hands and put our fists under our pelvis. And we'll come up into Shalabhasana. We're going to lift both our legs up. Deep breath in. Lifting your legs, lengthening the legs and the spine. Chin or forehead can be on the mat. Keep breathing. Lengthening your legs. And relax down. Release your hands. And because we just did the Cobra pose, let's come up on our forearms into Sphinx Posture, looking up. And you can come up on your toes, pushing your heels back, lengthening your legs. And we'll look back towards your right foot, keeping your wrist on the floor. Inhale back up. And exhale, looking back to the left foot, keeping both wrists on the floor. Keep breathing. And back to inhale, back to center. And now if you can, we'll straighten our arms. Feel the stretch in your abdominal muscles. And relax down. Bringing your chin to the mat, relaxing your toes. And let's bend our knees and grab onto your ankles. And let's bring our heels to our seat one by one, lengthening, stretching out our thighs. And back to center. Keep holding onto your ankles. And now we'll come up into Dhanurasana the Bow Pose. On your next inhale, lift up both your legs and your chest and push your heels away from you. Push your feet towards the wall behind you. Don't rock. Keep breathing. And let's relax down. Release your legs. And let's rest here for a minute. Have your feet pointed outwards about 2 feet apart. Let your head make a pillow with your hands. And turn your head to the left. And let's hum 5 times. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Last time. Take a couple more breaths. Just relax. And on your next inhale, let's roll onto our backs. I want to do just a couple more postures. Let's take another breath in and stretch our arms overhead. Let's stretch diagonally again. And now inhale. And we'll exhale into Kasana, the boat pose. Lifting your arms and your legs. Your legs just come up as far as your eyes. Tuck your tummy. Keep breathing. And relax down. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhaling, bring your right knee to your chest and your nose to greet it. This is Pavanmuktasana. Keep breathing here. And relax. And let's bring our left knee to our chest and the nose to greet it. Pushing your shin into your abdomen. Keep breathing. And release. And now let's bend our knees and put our heels next to our hips, as close to your hips as you can. And let's take a deep breath in here. And exhaling, let your knees fall to the left. Arms are like a T. If you want a greater stretch, you can bring your right heel closer to your hip, and you can bring your left foot onto your knee. Keep breathing. This posture is Dakshinamurti Asana, or if you don't have the foot on your knee, it's Natarajasana, dancing Shiva. And now release, and let's reverse. It's very good for releasing pressure in our hips, releasing stress in our hips. So knees are pointing to the left, to the right, and head to the left. Keep breathing. And let's release. And have your heels again close to your hips. And we'll come up into the bridge pose, Setu Bandhasan, holding onto your heels, or have your hands flat on the mat face down. Tuck your tummy, but keep the curvature of your spine. And on your next inhale, lift your hips up without straining. You can clasp your hands underneath if you would like, underneath your hips. And push up your hips as far as you can without straining. Keep breathing here. And release your hands. And release your hips. And release your feet. And let's bring our knees to our chest. And we'll rock from side to side twice. And then bring your hands to your knees. And we'll do some circles with our knees, small circles, massaging out our, our hips and lower back, and reverse. And let's bring our feet down and we'll rest for a few minutes in Shavasana. Deep breath in and let it go. And take your attention to your right foot, right knee, thigh, and hip, the whole of the right leg. Deep breath in and let it go. Take your attention to your left foot, left knee, thigh, and hip. Deep breath in and let it go. Take your attention to your abdomen, stomach, and chest. Deep breath in and relax and let go. Take your attention to your shoulders and arms. Deep breath in and let it go. Take your attention to your throat and neck, face, head, to the whole body. Deep breath in and relax and let go. Have your attention inside and just notice how your body's feeling now. How is your mind doing? Your mood. And slowly and gradually you can turn to your right side and come back to a seated position. And slowly and gradually you can open the eyes. So thanks so much for joining me today for some yoga. And we're doing different postures each Tuesday. And on Thursday, you can join to do some pranayams, learn some pranayams, breathing techniques, and a meditation. And we're gearing up for International Yoga Day, which we're going to celebrate on June 19th and 20th. And the Consulate General of India will be having more information on their website, and I'll make announcements on Tuesdays and Thursdays also. And it looks like we're going to have an outdoor event and a hybrid event, an online event too. And so it'll depend on the weather, I suppose. And so we're looking forward to having you join us for that. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. And so have a great rest of your week. I hope you join on Thursday. Namaste. We'll be talking about immunity also. You know, yoga brings a lot of immunity, and increases the circulation of our lymph and strengthens our system too. All our systems, skeletal, circulatory, everything. Our mind calms it down, brings more clarity. Yeah, so our action is more powerful. All right, have a great week. Namaste.